This is Engage. It's your drive time entertainment and lifestyle choice right here on the Family Station. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Where's my music though? Did you take away all my music?
There.
Oh, I'm okay. I'm here a little bit. It's Friday. It's the last. Oh wow, it's the last Friday in June already.
Alive.
Oh man, I didn't even realize the last Friday in June.
Right.
And we await the new month to roll its way in. We want you to keep this in mind. You go in with a positive attitude and stay there, and that's a big part of what does make it work. That's from an actress, Shelley Long. Coming up in the updates, Born Again gears up for a new release tape. K. Anthony also released new single, and international gospel artist Micah Stampley is turning up the heat this summer. Lots of other people turning up the heat as well. Have you been following what's happening at the stadium?
No, I haven't.
Oh, maybe you could turn that on. To see.
Right.
That one.
Right. I just need to find that thing.
Okay. Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
Tonight's gonna be pretty hot. Did you see that the women's 100-meter final is the last event for the evening? Did you know that? And so, like, normally what they do is the men's races would usually
Go first?
close out the evening.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Because they'd expect that's where the fireworks would come from. But this time around,
It's the women.
it's not quite so exactly. The women, Shelley running her 10-6 consistently.
Can you imagine?
And so we wait to see what that means for the finals. If she runs, though. Because she doesn't have to run.
Why wouldn't she run?
Because she's already in. If you're a defending champion, you automatically get a spot in the World Championship in your event. So you don't have to
just
participate.
For extra heat.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying she could opt not to line up because she doesn't have to face a competition with Elaine right now, or even the others. Right? She doesn't have to face that right now. She could just wait. Let them sort of keep dodging them and keep the fans guessing, because if you do it, then by the end of tonight we have an answer. I mean, maybe not the answer, because the World Championship itself is coming up in a couple of weeks, but by the end of tonight we have an answer. And then it depends on how much mystery you want to keep creating.
Yeah,
you just wait. Anyway, so it remains to be seen. What that final, I think, comes up at about 8:40.
Yeah,
8:40. So
it's an interesting weekend. Lots happening.
Yeah, and so there's tonight, there's tomorrow night, and
Sunday.
then today, tomorrow, and Sunday.
Yeah.
And so I think I'll likely be there tomorrow and Sunday, but I won't be there tonight. I'll watch it tonight.
You going there tomorrow
on TV? Yes, the plan is to
on
go
Sunday?
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Does say yes?
Yes.
Oh,
are you going there?
yes, I am.
I don't think I'm going to see you though.
The stadium is quite huge. Leave it there.
This is Engage. It's your drive time entertainment and lifestyle choice. Right choice. Choice. Right here at the Family Station, Love 101.
We take a break? That's what we're doing?
Yep.
Or we taking a break?
Well,
Okay.
unless there's something else that you want to do that I know not of.
No.
Got it.
It's a line from Lucy. It's a Grace Mackerel, a female #1 from the start. Me and it will never part.
If one thing me love about Grace Mackerel is that the sauce rich in quality. Trish from Papine said that.
Grace Mackerel is the only one in my book that goes with anything. Take it from me, Maureen in Havendale.
Grace Mackerel are the only one where all when it's stretched, it's still full of flavor. Tell them blacks are Lionel Town says so.
Grace Mackerel is the one and only winner.
Celebrating 100 years of Grace Kennedy.
Do you have a heart condition? Your care should be in the hands of our experienced cardiovascular team at Partners Interventional Center of Jamaica. We're one of the leading heart centers for angiogram, stenting, pacemakers, EP studies, and ablation therapy. PICJ has the expertise and latest technology to treat all your heart needs. Call 876-995-7425 or email info@pic-jm.com for appointments. PICJ, your partners for life.
exporters, importers, all stakeholders. Get the facts on Jamaica's Authorized Economic Operator, or AEO program, at the Jamaica Customs Agency's CCC online forum. Click, connect, and converse with Customs. Thursday, June 30, 2022, from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. under the theme Jamaica's AEO program, facilitating a safer and more effective supply chain, locally and globally. Log on for AEO requirements and benefits and clarify any misconceptions. So click, connect, and converse with Customs. Thursday, June 30 at 10:30 a.m. Register at jacustoms.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
The countdown has begun. You're getting married in 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 days, 2 hours. You're panicking and second guessing, not over the flowers or the best man or the cost. You don't think so anyway. Is it a case of cold feet, second thoughts? Should you be doing this? Is he or she really the one? You can't back out now, or can you? Monday, June 27 on Family Time, join host Audra Williams and guest Sonia Winter as they discuss the topic cold feet. That's Family Time, Monday, June 27 at 5:30 p.m. right here on the family station, Love 101.
I am a warrior, a Christian warrior, with the weapon in my right hand. Hi, this is Jabez, and you're listening to Engage with Kalando on Love FM. Don't change that dial.
People still have dials. If you're just joining us, it's time for e-updates. Okay, to get my water. I thought I could do it quickly before. Gospel rapper Born Again is set to release a mixtape called The King's Son. Engage caught up with him earlier today, and this is what he had to say.
Hey, it's your boy Born Again. Shout out to the Engage family locked in right now on Love 101 FM worldwide. Wherever you are, big up yourself, you know. Last time I came through, I promised all a mixtape titled The King's Son. And the King's Son is really the definition of my first name, which is Fitzroy. It actually means the son of a king. And I got that as a revelation to name my next project The Son of a King, because I'm the son of a king, right? And so I have not forgotten that I promised you guys this mixtape. And as a matter of fact, for this long wait, I have a bonus for y'all. Separate and apart from the mixtape that will be dropping, I have an amazing unplugged music video performance directed by Arif Butler, CEO of Bluesic Films. All right, so you know how that's going to be fire. So, all right, so thanks for my team. Thanks for Clarity Music Productions. The King's Son mixtape will be available for streaming via Audio Mac on the 17th of July. And then the video performance comes out the 30th of July via showforme.com the following week. All right, so Born Again Live and that's my handle on Instagram, so you can check for more updates. The summer is gonna be hot, guys. Don't take my word for it. Check out this hot new single off the mixtape, Summer Praise.
Have you found that recently it has been hotter than usual? Well, if yes, it's not your imagination. The Meteorological Service of Jamaica says temperatures over the past few days have reached record highs. But that's not all. With summer just starting, it's projected to get worse.
It's gonna be another hot summer, boy. Let's go. Summer praise, summer praise, summer praise, summer praise. We keep it blazing. When we praising, we keep it blazing. When we praising, summer praise, summer praise, summer praise, summer praise. We keep it blazing. When we praising, we keep it blazing. when we praising.
Burning, blazing hot, never gonna stop. Summer praise will make it blaze ever so hot. Every day we raise the praise in Jehovah like
Hallelujah.
The hottest praises God, the roof is on fire. Jesus speak the truth, he's no liar. He already proved who is the true Messiah. We just here to spread the news. We like flyers. And it's too much to mention. Tell it to the streets, can't wait till convention. When me a magnify me Christ, him amplify me voice, make me want sound like 10 man.
We keep it blazing when we praising. We keep it blazing when we praising. The roof is on fire.
Okay. Okay, so I don't mind it. I'm listening to see whether I'd like want to listen it again and again. I mean, it's okay.
You have this bland look on your face. It's I'm trying to figure out
bland look.
Yeah, it's quite bland, you know.
You're trying to
I'm trying to figure you out.
What's in it, right?
I don't know. Okay, so it parts of it reminds me of some. Well, I mean, obviously the roof is on fire. I think is a little sort of known. I don't. Okay, I guess you mix it in.
Because it's hot. Summer is hot. It's an unusual summer, isn't it?
I don't know. Is it?
According to the report at the opening.
Well, I guess you tell the story you want. Eh? You tell the story you want. Anyway, it's a nice jam.
Is it?
I like. Yeah, I think it has a
nice beat.
Yeah. I mean, I always wonder why why did he have to repeat that we keep it blazing when we whatever they do that thing
sort of a punch.
Perhaps? I don't know, but that doesn't have to be the only line.
Oh, the hook.
Yeah, but you don't have to repeat the same thing. It could be the same beat. It could be the same sort of rhythmic, styling, but it could be different words. That still is the hook. I hate when they repeat that thing over and over. But this song, yeah, it have a vibe. And
so they should consult you when they're doing these things.
So consult me. No,
okay.
No, I wouldn't have the kinds of expertise that they would need to actually build it. I'm just like, do I like it as a fan?
No.
That's it. It's like either yes or no. I like it as a fan, and why? I
should blaze or dump it.
No, not dump this one. It can go.
It can go.
Yeah, you can play it.
Okay.
Gospel artist K. Anthony. Well, he's set to release some fresh music. This time it's called I Saved It All. Did you? No snippets out for that one just yet, but K. Anthony told Engage that on July 6, folks can expect to see and hear the new single, and on July 8 it's going to be available on all digital platforms, so we're going to be looking out for that one. According to the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, GIS, according to GIS, the ministry has decided to go ahead with this year's staging of Jamaica's 60 Festival Song Competition. We were talking about this last week. Entries reopened for 1 week on June 14, and it ended 3 days ago, the 21st. And they were to select 7 new songs. That would be the number that they would add to the 3 that were already identified by the selection panel from the previous 123 entries. We got somebody joining us to tell us more about the competition and what we can expect. Orville Hill, chairman of the Jamaica Festival Song Committee. Mr. Hill, welcome.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. And thank you for having me.
Well, we're glad to have you to clarify, because last week we were a bit confused about what we were reading, because, there were some reports that said the competition was over, or we're only going to have 3 songs, and they were still going to include those 3 songs on this commemorative album. But the competition is back on. And
yes, I think the popular view is that we should have a competition, and so we have put things in place to reactivate the process and to give our Jamaican people a festival song competition that they have been accustomed to having.
So your first go around gave you 123 entries, and you're suggesting that you couldn't find 10 songs out of 123 entries that could have allowed the competition to go on the first time around. We didn't have to face a cancellation and this story that we picked 3 songs, or there were initially 2 songs and then the minister pressed you to find another one. And what happened with those 123 entries?
Well, as you know, we have a process whereby we identify a panel of judges or adjudicators to go through and to listen to these songs and to make their recommendation as to ideally which are the songs that they would recommend to go as the final 10. So in that process, their recommendation initially came up with 2 songs and subsequently a third was added. They over and persons may see it as concerning because you have 123 entries and you only have 3 that you can put forward.
Yes.
Because I think in the opinion of the judges, they would like to put forward a group of excellent songs to the Jamaican people to choose from. And they only came up with 3 songs that they could recommend to go forward from that listing.
Right, but it's a listing of 123. And I'm thinking to myself that the festival song competition is as old as our independence. And the festival song competition over the years have had, people have felt differently about it last year. And I think the last couple of years, the JCDC and the ministry has been trying to do different things. And I have 2 questions.
That's correct.
I have 2 questions. One, has the ministry considered just not having the competition in at all? As in, let's move on. We've done it. We've done the festival thing and people are in a different place now in our society.
No, I think that it has really been a part of our culture, and it is an area where it is a professional competition, but at the same time, it is an avenue for persons with upcoming talent, young persons with upcoming talent, to seek an opportunity to get exposure. Because the process, we really are coming out of a pandemic. But outside of the pandemic, the process is one that provides a lot of training and guidance to the young professionals.
Yeah, but I wonder if the young professional needs that, Sir Hill. The young professional can use YouTube and Instagram to expose themselves. They don't need a competition.
You'll be surprised the benefit that they receive when we go into the different parishes with our expert persons to provide guidance to them.
Okay.
Right. So they do appreciate it.
But okay, given what happened, 123 entries, clearly they were all at least 121 of them were so bad initially. You guys went ahead and scraped and found another one, and then you had to go back to go back in the field and almost like force yourself to come up with 7. It seems to me like maybe the writing is on the wall. It's either gonna get worse or eventually nobody will be interested and then you need to pack it up. How are you gonna make it better?
I don't think we are at that point at all. Let me just explain the issue of the pandemic. I think impacted on the quality of some of the entries because of the pandemic and the limitation in terms of gathering of persons. We really were not able to go in the parishes and to conduct our workshops and provide a guidance, both in terms of writing and in terms of how do you present your song. So that aspect of the training and the coaching process was not present for this year.
Okay.
You think that's what impacted on it, on the ultimate quality of the entries coming in.
Is the quality better on the second go around with that week when you did 14 to 21? Did you get a better crop of
the entries that came in are with the judges now. I have not gotten a position from them just yet, so I would not be able to comment on the quality of these entries just yet. I would await their deliberation and their comments on it.
All right, can you give the public some timeline as to when we'll be able to hear these songs and get a sense of our own, feel for what's going to happen Festival 2022?
Yes. certainly we would expect to have the 10 finalists by very early next week. I would imagine Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. That we would settle on those. Thereafter, we we would need to communicate with these persons and have some conversations with them. So I would say to you that within another 10 to 14 days from now, we would be able to put the song, because we have to go through a process of having the songs mastered and so forth before we can present them to the Jamaican people.
Right.
So I would say 2 weeks, the process should be complete, and we would be able to present these songs to the public.
All right. And finally, does the Jamaica, from your estimation, the Jamaica Festival Song Competition, does it have a bright future?
Yes, I do think so. Because as Minister Grange has said publicly, that the JCDC has been mandated to move and go into the parishes very early, immediately after we conclude this series of our 60th independence celebration, and to engage the people in the different communities so that we can start setting the platform and the foundation to improve the quality of the entries as we go into the next year.
2023.
So I do think that there is a future for the competition.
All right. Thank you so much, Orville Hill, chairman of the Jamaica Festival Song Committee, giving us that update on the Jamaica Festival Song for 2022. And on the international scene, according to gmusicplus.com, the American singer, songwriter, and international worship leader Michael Stampley taps into Afrobeats wave for a new version of his single "Come See," which was originally released in 2021. Well, he did announce it on social media. He announced the forthcoming release. He teased fans with a snippet of the song and scheduled for release on June 27th. That's sometime next week. Come See Afrobeats is available now to save or pre-order. Okay, we have a bit of it. Let's hear it.
Come see, come see. Come see, come see. Come see, come see. Come see, come see.
That's
right.
all? Seriously?
Well, that's what he's using to. Well, you need to come see, go buy it to see everything. You can pre-order right now. Fans reacted to the news with much excitement as they expressed some eager anticipation for the release.
Okay.
You don't like that snippet?
I don't know what it's about.
It's like a few seconds of the song, the Afrobeat.
Okay.
All
right. So I'm supposed to come stand here.
All right. That closes out our earphones for today.
I'm asking a question.
Well, I don't. I guess you're supposed to come.
Because you got it. I didn't. So I'm just trying to understand.
Well, I heard a few seconds of the Afrobeat. I don't really know the song, I don't know the original.
Let's go again. Right.
Come see, come see.
Okay.
Come see, come see. Come see, come see. Come see, come see.
Okay.
June 27 everywhere.
All right.
Every edition. Michael Stampley. That closes out our e-updates for today.
All right.
If one thing me love about Grace Mackerel is that the sauce rich in quality. Trish from Papine said that. The time by Grace Mackerel is
6 minutes to 6 o'clock, folks.
Say thanks to Dad with a gift of unlimited from Flow. Enjoy great smartphone deals when you switch now, like a ZTE A31 for just $5,000 or a TCL 20E for just $16,900 GCT included. And both phones are loaded with 7 days of unlimited talk, YouTube, social, and data for TikTok. Plus, you get a free sunglasses. Switch at a Flow store today and keep your number available while stocks last.
Crime Stop Jamaica 311 Unsolved. Help us to solve the gun slaying of Michael Jr. Speedy Edwards, who was murdered at home on Bonito Way, Brayton Phase 1, Portmore, on Sunday, March 13, 2022 at 3:30 p.m. Explosions rang out and a family member checked. He found Mr. Edwards lying on his couch in his backyard hut with gunshot wounds to the head. Crime Stop Jamaica is offering a total reward of $250,000 for information leading to an arrest and charge. Call Crime Stop Jamaica 311. Don't hide it, tell it. Solving crime pays.
Bashko time. All the things that you need for your home with prices so low, you would never need a loan at Bashko. At Bashko. Appliances, house with furniture and rugs, gifts and linens and glass and mugs at Bashko. You're shopping at Bashko. Whether the north or so in the east and the west, Bashko them all over. They must be the best at Bashko. At Bashko. You're shopping at Bashko. At Bashko. Giving you more.
The All-American Institute of Medical Sciences AIMS is your preferred tertiary institute with campuses in Black River, Kingston, and Mandeville. AIMS expands your mind to an associate degree in health sciences with electives in pharmacy technician, medical assistant, and phlebotomy, dialysis technician, surgical technician in 18 months at a cost you can afford. We also offer a 4-year medical degree program and a Bachelor of Science in optometry. You'll find the AIMS experience to be an enriching one. Enroll at AIMS today. Call 876-634-4068 or visit the website aaims.edu.jm. Medical education par excellence.
Exporters, importers, all stakeholders. Get the facts on Jamaica's Authorized Economic Operator, or AEO program, at the Jamaica Customs Agency's CCC online forum. Click, connect, and converse with Customs. Thursday, June 30, 2022, from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. under the theme Jamaica's AEO program, facilitating a safer and more effective supply chain, locally and globally. Log on for AEO requirements and benefits and clarify any misconceptions. So click, connect, and converse with Customs. Thursday, June 30 at 10:30 a.m. Register at jacustoms.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
My name is Minister Marion Orr, formerly known as Lady So, and I'm engaged to engage. Get engaged.
Yeah, I want to hear that again.
My name is Minister Marion Orr, formerly known as Lady So, and I'm engaged to engage.
Love it.
Get engaged.
Come on, Minister Marion Hall. As more and more businesses jump into the social media boat, it's becoming harder and harder to stand out in such a crowded sea of everything. But how do we navigate through all of that, especially if your business is just starting up? Well, Aliyah Campbell, Managing Director of More Than Marketing, love the name. She's here with us, and she's going to give us some tips of how to grow your small business on social media. So all the small business people, come close, because we've got some ideas for you. Good evening. Is it evening yet? Still afternoon. Aliyah, welcome.
Hi, good evening. Thank you so much for having me on.
Happy to have you on. All right. So social media as a thing, right? The social media as a platform, a channel, the service, whatever it has become. That's the point. It has become many things to many businesses. How would you today describe what social media is?
Social media is a powerhouse. It is obviously there are still other forms of advertising that are super effective, but social media, if you're looking for an affordable way to advertise your business and get yourself out there, it is definitely the way. It's allowed so many people, including my own business, to be able to thrive and grow and interact with people and get to actually in real time interact with your audience, get feedback. So social media is it's difficult to say unprecedented, obviously, but it is just incredible.
All right. Incredible is how you would describe it. All right. No problem. It does incredible things for businesses. It seems like it's getting harder for the average person or the average business person who wants to use social media to, draw some attention to what they're doing and their own contribution to entrepreneurship or whatever, right? Because it seems like there's just so much going on, and it's changing so often that it's difficult to keep up. Is that a complaint or is that a kind of a cry you hear from many of your prospective customers or even customers? Alia? Okay, Alia, I think you're muted. You're talking, but we're not hearing you. Alia?
Ali, you need to unmute, please.
Oh, yeah, your mic is muted, Alia. Okay. All right, well, maybe something has happened and it's stuck. We're not really hearing Alia just now. All right, we're gonna try and connect with her. You have and bring her back, yeah. Or if anything, we just do it on the phone. If that doesn't work, we'll take a few messages and then come back.
Alrighty, folks, 601 on the family station, Love 101.
It's officially summer and the Sports Talk will end the month of June on a high. Join us this Saturday, June 25 at 1 p.m., where we'll be joined by track and field announcer and analyst Donald Smith as we review the thrilling 100 meters for men and women at the National Senior Championships this weekend. Plus, we'll have some fun as we'll be joined by Love 101 announcer Shivani Blair and the sports superfan Kathia Davis as they test their knowledge on some of our past national track and field champions. That's Sports Talk with me, Daniel Blake, this Saturday, June 25 from 1 to 2 p.m. with track and field announcer Donald Smith, Love 101 announcer Shivani Blair, and the sports superfan Kathia Davis. Right here on the family station, Love 101. Sports Talk is brought to you by Jamaica Customs Agency, country above self.
Here's an invitation for churches and community organizations. If you're hosting an event which offers free admission, tell us about it and we'll get the word out in Love FM's bulletin board. Simply email your information to bulletinboard@love101.org. Love FM's bulletin board for church and community events with free admission and certain fundraising events. Conditions apply. Listen to Bulletin Board on Love 101 Saturdays at 4:55 p.m. Love FM's bulletin board is on your family station, Love 101.
All right, so we are back and talking social media with Managing Director of More Than Marketing, Alia Campbell. We're having a little technical difficulty. I think you might have solved it. Alia, are you with us?
Hi, so sorry about that. My device betrayed me.
I know that happens. Huh? I was asking if you could give us a sense of how your own customers or prospective customers or even just small business people who are trying to make the best use of social media, do you find that they're finding it difficult to navigate because it changes so much? There's so much to do.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And not even just potential and actual clients, even myself and my team. It's definitely something that's difficult to keep up with because, for example, got adjusted to Facebook and Instagram and how to market on there and finally got the hang of it. And then TikTok came up and, it sort of threw everything for a loop because so many businesses started using TikTok. TikTok really opened so many doors. So now you have to create a whole new thing on how to work with TikTok. And I know especially for clients that are probably not the most technologically savvy, don't necessarily want to be in front of the camera and do all of that. It is a difficult shift. And then you have other things that are popping up like changes to Instagram and being able to run ads on it. And it's definitely a fast-paced environment and it requires you to be able to adapt really quickly to be able to master it.
So you're saying even the professionals whose business it is are having trouble keeping up?
Right, but that's why on a team you hire innovators and you have people they have minds that are able to really
see, adjust, and adapt and pivot. So it is something that is a little bit tricky, but this is why you keep a team that's very diverse and able to move around.
All right, before we get into the tips that you can share for how people can use it to grow their business, especially a small business, let's get into some of the pitfalls, some of the things that people have been doing wrong in your estimation.
Well, I think one of the things that people tend to do a little bit wrong on Instagram, obviously, there is no way to technically do socials completely wrong. But I find that when a lot of people focus too much on selling, 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 for example, the type of selling where it's, I have this to buy for $500, buy this for $500. That type of selling repetitively on social tends to not do as well because a lot of people they come to social as a kind of an escape and a lot of people use it recreationally so they don't want to constantly be being sold to. They're not inside a storefront where they're actively going out to seek
Right.
a product most of the time. So you have to sort of do a good blend of it. So when people don't do a good blend, I and my team technically look at that as not doing social the right way. There's also not doing it the right way when you don't post enough. So your page is pretty inactive. You post once every couple of months. You aren't going to see what you're looking for, and you're not going to grow as much as you'd expect when that's the way that you choose to do social. And there are a few more other ways, and it's mostly to do with consistency, the way that you choose to represent your brand, for example. So if you do something like you do hair and your focus on the page is you post a lot of content that is it can be seen as vulgar or inappropriate, you are pushing your audience away. So you have to be careful of how you want to be seen when you're using social media.
Mm. All right, so let's talk about getting started. So let's just create a character or a scenario. I have my small business and I want to get some, I want to use social media to help me grow. What do I start with?
Okay, so the first thing you're going to start with is you're going to decide what name do you want to have for your business? How do you want your business, what do you want your business to come across as? For example, with More Than, right? I actually came up with the name for More Than Marketing. I wanted something
Mhm.
that was uniquely Jamaican. I wanted small businesses to feel safe. I wanted Jamaican people to feel seen. So incorporated some power in there, right? And then we looked at the brand colors. What do we want it to represent? We want people to be able to trust us. So we chose blue. So those are some of the things you want to look at when you're deciding what you want to do. Those are very initial things. So your name, your brand colors and that type of thing, if you're going that far into the branding and you want to figure out who your audience is. For example, if you're a small businesses that you sell body sprays and perfume. You want to figure out, okay, do I want to sell to women only? Do I want to sell to women and men? What ages am I looking at? Am I looking at high schoolers? So, for example, do I want to market some Axe body spray? And do I want to say, stay fresh the whole day through school with Axe body spray? Something like that. Or if you're going for something more corporate, say, walk into the office and immediately draw attention to yourself, or walk into the office and feel powerful. That
Mhm.
is the way you'd want to frame how you represent your business. If I hope I'm being clear with that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you're being clear enough for people to understand. You're saying go beyond just the thing you sell and get into the additional value you add to people's life with
Right,
what
and
you
how you want to sell it is really what you need to think of when you're just starting a business. Not just, okay, I'm going to sell perfume or I'm going to sell body spray. You need to think about, okay, I'm going to do that, but how am I going to do it and who am I doing it? Who am I selling to? So you
Right.
want to think about those little things when you're deciding to start up. Then as it relates to social media now, you're going to go and you're going to look for a username that's appropriate. You're going to find something that's not too long, not too complicated. You want people to be able to remember the name. So for example, instead of my or username being More Than Marketing Jamaica 1234, it
Right.
is just More Than Marketing. It's easy, it's catchy, and when people hear the name, they can immediately go and type it up on social media and it will pop up. And that is important. You don't want your business name to be Jada Beauty and your
Mm.
Instagram name is Jada Loves Beauty Too Much. You get what I mean? Because then
Right.
people can't find you. So that's also one of the things. You want to make sure that your name is as much as possible the same across all your platforms. Again, to help with people finding you. And then you just want to post consistently. You want to make sure you're doing good posts. You want to make sure that you're doing little things to draw people in. For example, let's say you're going to do a giveaway. to initially get some followers, or you're going to ask people to share, or you're going to do some business cards and hand out, some flyers and hand out. Those are some of the things that you want to think about when you're starting up on social media.
There you go. All right. And then one of the stuff that you had said earlier about, not posting enough. So again, I'm starting out. You told me that I need to make sure I figure out the kind of name. So I have my name, and then I need to figure out who I'm selling to. And I know who I'm selling to. I need to figure out how I'm selling to who I'm selling, right? And I'm getting started. Am I posting every day? Am I posting 3 times a day? Am I posting what?
Well, you have to figure out what works for you. So, for example, if you're somebody that's extremely busy and you know you're going to have a difficult time posting 3 times a day, I would not say to set yourself up like that. I would say you post as often as you can in a way that is feasible. So, for example, posting once a day when you're just starting out, I would say, okay, good on you. Post once a day. If you can post 3 times a day, amazing, fantastic. You're probably going to get where you want to get even further. But that doesn't work for everybody. For example, if you're selling, again, right back to the example of body spray, you can post 3 times a day if you're selling body spray. Absolutely. But for example, if you have a marketing company like we do, posting that often can upset your audience. They don't want to be so bombarded by information and that type of thing. So you have to again know your audience to know how you want to go about things like that.
Which is to suggest that there's no standard, okay, 3 posts a day for every business. You're also, it sounds to me like you're saying it also depends on the kind of business that you're in. People may not necessarily appreciate every day selling their marketing services, whereas maybe body spray or beauty things, people are okay with that on a daily basis. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. It depends on the type of business, the audience you have, that type of thing. It really depends on that. There's
So
no really one way to do anything when it comes to social.
there was at least one, there was a time when there was a conversation around how how to know if social media is really working for your business. How does one know that? What are the various metrics you use to figure out if social media is working for your business? Because a person who is using social media to grow their business, and let's go back to your body spray argument. At the end of the day, I'm trying to move units, right? I have 1,000 units a week that I need to sell, and I'm using social media. Is that going to be sufficient for people to start ordering my units? How do and is that the only way that I know that social media is working for me? I mean, ultimately, obviously, if you want to sell things, right? So if I'm selling and I'm using social media, then I could easily say it's working for me. But how else could I know that social media is working without even if the sales aren't moving?
So one of the ways to figure that out is your engagement and the amount of people that visit your page, the amount of people that view your post. So on Instagram specifically, and Facebook has it too, these metrics called insights, and they sort of break that down for you. So you get to see, okay, what's my engagement rate? What is my follow rate? What is the rate of people who have seen this post, who find it interesting, that type of thing. And you can see it on the individual's post, the individual post too, the amount of people that save it. And that really tells you that, okay, this is doing well. So initially, even if you aren't getting no sales, because a lot of people go through this thought process when they just start out on social media, they think, okay, I just started this page, I posted these things. People are somehow supposed to just find me and start buying. And if it's not happening within the first 2 weeks or the first month, then okay, social media has failed me. I'm going to do something else. And that
Right.
is not the case. It takes time to build on social media. It gets time for people to trust you, because that is the main thing, is trust. Because how are people going to know that your body spray is not going to turn them purple? How are they going to know that you're selling real body spray and not mix up water in a bottle? You know what I mean? So
Right.
people have to trust you, and trust is not a thing that you just get up one day and say, okay, trust me. And people are just going to trust you. You have to build that. So, and in using those insights, you're able to track and say, okay, so this week there were 20 people that were looking at my page. Next week, there are 40 people looking at my page. Next month, there are 100 people looking at my page. That is
Right.
what you use to gauge and say, okay, so right now, I'm not at the point where social media I'm sold out and I'm booked and busy. I'm not at that stage yet, but people are actively looking at what I'm doing. They're commenting, they're asking me questions. that is where you want to be. Because not everybody's ready to buy immediately. There are pages that I personally follow for weeks or months before I buy something from them. Because I need to be sure. I need to see what's going on, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna buy. And that's a lot of people's thought process. So you have to be patient and you use those insights to help you track, and you look out for that.
You have to put them through the rigors. Eh? All right. So the other thing is what we just talked about, the fact that things change so quickly, right? How can I, as a small business, using social media to grow my business, how can I ensure that I'm prepared or preparing myself to deal with the changes? Is there any kind of formula to kind of anticipate change and then, adjust?
There is, I'm so sorry to say this, there is no formula. What you can do is to do your best to keep ahead or to keep on track. So, for example, there are some accounts that tend to post as soon as there's an update, as soon as somebody mentions something, as soon as Instagram drops a new update, those accounts publish them. We are one of those brands locally that tries to do that. So, as soon as one of the creators of Instagram, as soon as he drops the updates, we make sure to repost them on our page so that or people are aware of what's going on. So that's kind of how what you have to do to keep track. You have to just kind of, follow those people that are keeping track. You can look up articles, but again, it's not as efficient as following a page and then it just popping up, because then you have to literally go and research. But
Right.
researching is really the only way to keep track, honestly.
And of course, one of the ways is if you can afford it, then you should just hire a company like More Than Marketing to help you sort through all of your social media needs. How can people find you, Alea?
So you can find us at More Than Marketing on all platforms. So it's at MOREDAN marketing at on all our platforms, and More Than Marketing on, I'm sorry, More Than Marketing at gmail.com. That's our email. And yeah, it's just More Than Marketing across literally every platform that we have. As I said, that consistency. And you can just send us a message if you have any questions or queries, and somebody on our team is always happy to answer anything that you're concerned about. So there's no need to worry. We can answer those questions for you.
Brilliant. You make it sound so easy. Thank you so much, Alea Campbell, Managing Director of More Than Marketing, who gave us some tips about how to use social media to grow your small business. Beyond feeling sad, depression can leave a person feeling hopeless, apathetic, and sometimes worthless. But how do you change your rhythm and tune when you're tossed by a wave of despondency? Upcoming gospel artist Chevelle Douglas is here with us, and she's going to share her story and her single testimony as she overcame, talking about how she overcame that struggle. Chevelle, welcome. All right, we're not hearing Chevelle. Chevelle, are you muted? You have to unmute. All right, she's unmuting, but we're still not hearing her. I don't think that's working this evening. Okay, so okay, we're gonna try and see if we can get Chevelle back. In the meantime, I'll tell you what's going on with the upcoming events. Go Better Motivation Consulting Group presents Master Your Mind and Money Conference. This happens on June 25, and they're inviting all ladies to be in attendance at the Tropic View Hotel in Mandeville. Thank you. Oh, they're going to start at 10 in the morning. If storytelling is your thing, or if you like listening to stories, then you can head to Long Story Short tomorrow. It's an event staged every last Saturday, 8 to 10, at the Lazy Lizard Lounge at Grosvenor Terrace. It's a show where 8 storytellers share a true story about themselves under the theme of the night, and they need to do it in 5 minutes or less in a conversational style. It's a space where one musical guest per show reminds why Jamaica is the biggest talent pool in the Caribbean. The theme for tomorrow is Expect the Unexpected. Experience an evening of poetry and music at Still Waters. This happens on Sunday, June 26th at the Altamont Court Hotel. That one's going to cost you $2,000. It's at 6:30. If you want tickets, you can go to SpurOpen.com. Upcoming events is sponsored by SpurOpen.com. SpurOpen.com is a Jamaican online platform which is designed to simplify online payments for charities, churches, event organizers, and micro business owners. To register your event, go to swearopen.com/events and click the button that says Get Started Now. The registration is free and your event doesn't even have to be paid. Stay with us. Are we going to do that? Nope, we're not going to do that. We're going to try and connect with
Right.
Chevelle. And in the meantime, we
You want to
can
tell people what's going on TV?
Yeah, well, at the stadium, which we're looking at right now, I guess we're getting ready for Heat 1 of the men's 100-meter semi-final.
I saw the women earlier.
And and the first winner of Heat 1 of the women's was Brianna Williams. Shelly Ann Fraser was in that race, but she
opted not to run.
I'm not sure what happened. Yes, she didn't run, but she doesn't have to run to make it to the world champion. She does already have a bye.
Right.
I was actually surprised to see her come out at all.
I was looking at Twitter. Somebody said, "Boy, the way she dressed him, no, she never done run at all."
Right. I mean, I'm surprised. Okay, so now we're looking at the 100
Elaine
meter.
won the second heat.
Right, Elaine won the second heat, but nobody's surprised
So
at that.
the men, they're off.
The men are off, and
Right.
this is the
Who is
guy,
this now?
Hakeem Blake and Johan Blake are.
I'm not sure who
together.
took that one.
I think Hakeem did. He's the one. Well, I expect him to be second behind.
Or is it Johan?
I don't know. I think Blake. I think the younger Blake.
The younger Blake.
Got it. But the younger Blake needs to get. Well, he got out of the blocks. Oh, they gave it to Johan.
1.98.
The younger Blake needs to get out of the blocks a little faster. Anyway, I was telling my barber recently that I don't expect Johan Blake to make the team, and I'm saying to him, I'm happy to be wrong, but if it doesn't happen tonight, I would not be surprised.
Well, let's
Anyway,
go to the
is the
phone
young lady
lines.
back?
Phone line.
We're going through many things. Chevelle, welcome to the show. Are you hearing us now?
Yes, I'm able to hear you. Are you hearing me, sir?
You're breaking up a little bit.
Are you hearing me better now?
I'm hearing it just a little bit better, but we'll work on it and see where we end up. All right. So you experienced your mom and dad going through a divorce, and that had an impact on you. Can you share some of that?
Yes, definitely. It had an impact on me from I was a very young child. Growing up, it really affected me throughout my childhood, teenage, and a bit of the start of my adult years as well. Yeah, so I was going through that from I was like a baby. It was very difficult for me. It took a toll on me. I ended up being depressed throughout my entire childhood. It created a lot of trauma and emotional damage for me as well. So yeah.
Do you remember how you coped with that?
Yes, I didn't cope that well.
Uh-oh.
I really didn't cope that well. What had helped me is because it's my talent. I love singing, so I would like to stick to singing a lot and listening to a lot of gospel music and Christian music. So I had my siblings, helping me, talking to me, helping me to go through that. It was kind of rough until when I became an adult. I started to move further towards God.
Mm-hmm.
I try to read the Bible more often. Still listening to gospel music, Christian music, so that didn't help me. I started to read a lot of scriptures, and that's how I really came out of that state.
I wanted to, and I'm sorry I didn't ask that before you got to this point, but as a child, when this happened to you and you're young, did you know that depression is what you were experiencing, or how did you recognize what you were feeling? Because you're saying you kind of felt that for a good part of your childhood.
I really recognized that when I became an adult.
So you didn't realize that
Yes.
what you were going through was childhood depression.
Yes, it definitely was. When I was an adult, not when I was a child. I was just very angry. I was crying a lot and all of that, but I didn't completely understand what exactly it was until I became an adult.
Got it. Okay, and so you said music was your coping mechanism, and so something changed, and as you said, you started to get closer to the Lord, and music really helped you. And we have a track from you called Testimony that we're gonna
Yes.
give folks a little bit of taste of, and then we can.
That saved a wretch like me. Grace came right down and plunged into the deep. I was in the miry clay. I was lost, I had no way, and I cried for help. And he saved me, he changed me. Now I stand on the solid rock. This is the power of my God. Oh, my chains, that's wild grace. I'm living in His victory. This is my testimony, my testimony, my testimony. Struggles I've been through. Don't tell me who I am. I have decided. My joy is in your hands. You have held me through the pain. Now I have a song to sing. Gonna let it ride. 'Cause He saved me. He changed me. Now I stand on the solid rock. This is the power of my God. Oh, my.
Ooh, I have to say, Chevelle, when that song started, that I was like, what? Ooh, that sounds really nice.
Thank you.
How did you put this one together? How did this come together?
Okay, so I'm one of the co-writers. The other co-writers and I came together in order to put this song together, the lyrics. I had to go back to what I was feeling from I was a child.
Wow.
You know, yes, I had to go back there, and that when I went there, it was extremely tough and painful. It's not that I didn't I'm not saying that I definitely didn't get through it. However, you know, all the memories are in my head, and when during the songwriting, I was literally shedding a lot of tears. You know, so that was really what it was.
What happened when you were done with the song?
When I was done, I felt relieved. I felt very relieved because I'm saying this had to happen so that I can get all of that out.
Right. Well, you got it out quite beautifully. The song is really nice, well produced. Who worked on that with you?
Okay, so the producer is Kevin Weinbarger and Dr. Fett. Yeah.
Okay. So this voice that you have, though, at what point did you find that voice?
I actually found that voice from I was 3 years old.
Yeah.
I can remember when I was in the kitchen and my brothers and my mom, they were singing a song. And I was like, that sounds so nice. I would like to sing that as well. So I just started to sing along with them. And then, everyone was silent. And then they turned around and said, what? She can sing too, because I didn't open my mouth at all. And that was the time I recognized that I could sing, and everybody else as well.
3 years old, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So what is the message that you want people to take away from Testimony?
The message is, no matter what you're going through, whatever struggles you are going through, just know that God is with you, and He's very mighty and powerful, and He can save you through anything that you're going through, even if you're going down the path of destruction. He can definitely take you out of it and lead you on the right path.
All right. Amen. How can people find you to buy this song or to just stay connected with you and your positive music?
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram at Chevelle Music. That is my handle. Also, I'm on all digital platforms, including on YouTube. The music video is there. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Deezer, and others.
Right. Chevelle, I want to thank you for spending the time talking with us this evening and for sharing your testimony. It sounds it's a beautiful testimony. I'm sure it's a song Siobhan is likely to put in rotation on his program. It's a nice song.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
and all the best. And I hope you keep, doing beautiful music and using that voice to, push through what has happened and to continue to inspire others that they too can move beyond difficult things in life.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
Take care. That takes care of Engage for today. It's your drive time entertainment and lifestyle choice right here on the Family Station. Happens every Friday at 5:30. Please tell a friend about the show. Shout out to all those who helped make it happen, Shivani and Davio. And thank you for listening. Have yourselves a great weekend. Remember, if you missed the show, you can check it out on the Love FM app. If you don't already have it, get it. And if you have it, use it.
So I'm going to tell the people who won the second
Oh, right. So the
oblique civil
one. Okay, so the first heat was
Johan.
the two Blakes.
Right, Johan
and
Bianca
Hakeem.
Blake. Can't remember his name.
And then I don't remember the name of the guy who was third. It's an elder. It's a strange name that I hadn't seen.
You're
before.
looking for what's his name?
And then Oblique Seville and Kemar Bailey Cole was second in that one.
Cole. I remember. No, Kemar was in the first game.
No, Kemar was in a while ago.
Was this one?
Yeah, he was second behind Seville.
Really?
Yep.
Oh. Well, it's an interesting weekend.
So Fort is out.
Mm.
Julian Fort.
Oh, he was a part of this one?
He was in the heats. He didn't make it beyond the heat,
see.
so he didn't make a semifinal. Who else is out? There was somebody else that.
Remember.
Taekwondo Tracy, who I think was the winner of last year's.
Is that
He was the champion
Is that
last year.
What's the?
I guess this is the opening ceremony or something. Is that Dean?
Is that in the white shirt? What's his name again? Reverend Asta Carlisle,
the national pastor. That's what we call him. Asta, the national pastor. I don't know. It seems that they're about to have the opening ceremony. Let me see. I did have a schedule of the show of the meet.
So after all of that, you have the opening.
Yeah, because you're gonna have the opening when people come. You see that side of is still empty.
So more people coming.
Yeah, because the final hasn't been run yet, so people are making their way.
Oh. Okay then. Well, have a great weekend, folks. Keep safe. I'll be sure to join Daniel tomorrow inside Sports Talk. I'm sure he'll give you some more coverage.
Yeah, because I think his show is going to focus on the his show is going to focus on the
trials this weekend.
And the race, the finals.
And I'm making an appearance tomorrow.
Are you?
I am.
To talk about what?
You just listen out. I think Daniel took me for a puppy show, but that's okay.
All right. Well, Are you looking forward to that?
I am.
Oh.
I am.
Are you going to be at the stadium taking the interview, or are you going to be like in studio?
No. I'll do it. Then I'll go to the stadium.
Oh. Well, you're doing the... Well, okay. Do we have the anthem being done? Ian Andrews.
Ian can sing?
Well, he does the anthem.
Oh. Let me not have to sing to the anthem.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Any note you catch, you just catch it, eh?
Any note? Is that how it works?
Any note. You just all know you know it.
Oh, man.
Yeah? How about you? Even pulling away the microphone.
Okay, man.
He's belting some notes there, you know.
Yeah, alone.
Oh, my goodness.
And they're showing the Jamaican
It's quite
flag,
empty, isn't it?
Well, the bleachers are empty.
The bleachers? Yeah?
Yeah, the bleachers are empty. I don't know. Well, I guess they wanted to show the flag, but I think if you see some shots of the grandstand, you'll see that
that's the grandstand, isn't it?
A part of it, at least. There, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see that there are more people there.
Well, of course.
It tends to fill up a little later, maybe an hour or so from now, because the final
traffic, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean it's a month end Friday,
Yeah.
and people drive crazy and people drive silly,
rather slow.
Okay.
There's a better shot.
And so you find that and the grandstand fills up, and then a little later on it gets a little bit more
intense.
Well, more people come.
Mm.
It fills out a little bit more a little later on, is what I wanted, or probably should have said. Oh, so you saw the thing with Sha'Carri?
I did. Which one? Because there are two videos going around.
Well, the one where she didn't qualify. I mean, the video of her dodging the media is
that one has been making some serious rounds.
I don't know. It's well, I suppose I'm disappointed to know that she didn't qualify for the World Championship, because I would have wanted to see what she would do in like a proper competition. And I say in a proper competition because
quite patriotic.
Maybe right now in America, the competition is not as it used to be in terms of, I mean, which American athlete is really contending for a spot? First of all, the Jamaicans take all three of the medals, right? But then you think about who else is contending. Look at Tolu. You look at the girl from, I can't remember her name now, the 60-meter champion this year.
Can I help you?
It's I can't remember her name. Some European athlete. You have, and then you look at you also have the British Asha Smith, the British athlete. And so usually the contention would be among American athletes and Jamaican athletes for the top spot. And then outside of Sha'Carri, who was running a 10.7, right? That's her top. She's like the sixth fastest ever with a 10.72, right? Bearing in mind that Elaine and Shelley would have done 10.71, 10.70 prior to last year. Both of them would have had a 10.70 as the fastest, and so her 10.72 would have put her really pretty high. And of course, then Shelley ran the 10.6 early in the season. Elaine went to run the 10.6 and then 10.5, right? So the point is, there are not many Americans
out there
contending at this time for the top spot. So, and it's not that I'm saying I want more Americans or anything like that, but if you have someone who is among the best performers right now, that's who you want in a final. That's who you want in your competition to really prove who's the best.
Yeah.
And so for that reason,
start the competition.
Plus, I would just want her to not have all these little gimmicks and so on social media, and just run. Just focus on your running. Put your head in the training and going through your paces, and just come and turn up on the day and perform. I mean, there's so much coverage around her.
Right.
And that coverage was sustained from last year when she never even made it. You understand? The coverage has sustained.
Perhaps that's what she wants.
Well, I mean, they've really committed to her, Nike and them. They've really committed to her. And it just was bizarre to me that she just did not. I don't know. She just did not convert all of that time to making a team so that she can travel to the World Championship and perform on the world stage and really show what you can do.
Make her name.
I mean, obviously made her name.
Otherwise,
made her name doing exactly.
Otherwise,
make your name otherwise. Indeed, I don't know.
Anyway, have a good one.
You too.
This is Love 101, folks. This is a family station.
That was totally wicked.
This message will self-destruct.
You may now disengage.
Attention all grade 11 high school students and